Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bank Phillies podcast. I am your host, Pete, along with my co-host, Henry.
Phils are hot.
They are hot. They are hot indeed. We have taken 3 out of the 4 so far from the Giants, and then we got a game tonight with Zach Wheeler on the mound, so hopefully he gets run support. Hopefully, please do him right.
I know. And I was telling you yesterday, the starting pitcher for the Giants, he's actually like one of their top prospects. In
Yeah.
6 games started and however many innings pitched, he's got a 1.01 ERA. So either
Hey.
he's going to fold under the lights, or it's going to go really well for the Phils, or he's going to strike us out 19 times instead of 18 like the other day.
Yeah, I mean,
Painful.
I'd rather the
Check
first
out the
option.
series review for our opinions on 18 strikeouts.
Yeah, please go listen. But let's go back. Let's start with Friday's game. They had the City Connects because every Friday they wear them. Still iffy about it, but whatever. So I know Nola was pitching that game, pitched an okay game, gave up another homer. So the
What he
usual
does,
the usual
what he
Nola
does.
homer. So I was like, okay. But Seranthony Dominguez had a clean inning that game too, which was good to see.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought hell froze over.
yeah. And it got dicey at the end, but Alvarado came in for the clutch save, so that was good.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's been automatic.
Dude, we need him to
Essentially
be.
automatic.
We
Yeah,
need
we
him to
do.
be.
Of course we do.
I mean, if he wasn't doing good, it's like put Hoffman out there, but
Well, yeah. Well, I'll get into that with the game from last night, but
yeah,
I feel like the big story coming out of this Friday night game was the Trey Turner injury.
yeah.
Um,
Ugh.
So it was kind of like up in the air what was going on. They pulled him. I honestly, for people who didn't see it, Bryce Harper got walked, and it was a wild pitch on ball four. So Turner has extremely high baseball IQ. He stole because he was stealing third at the time, and since it was a wild pitch, he rounded third right away and took off for home and slid. There's a little collision at the plate, nothing too crazy. Didn't look too dirty, nothing like that. Um, the pitcher wasn't blocking the plate or anything of that nature, but Turner popped up, he went back in the dugout. Then Sosa came out to play shortstop, and everybody was a little confused. But it turns out Trey Turner actually tweaked his hamstring, and it's a hamstring strain. So next day, I was at the ballpark, and we were like, the rumor was 10-day IL. Okay, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So they put him on a 10-day IL. Well, then said he was out for 6 weeks. So it's like,
Uh,
of course, once the Phils are hot, this is what they do. So it's just being a Philadelphia sports fan. Rest in peace to my Sixers, but
yeah, that was rough. Jalen Brunson, I told you.
moving on.
Nah, so yeah, the Turner injury is gonna hurt. It sucks because obviously he started out so well this season. He wasn't gonna need another ovation. Obviously,
He turned into a $300 million player.
yeah, and it's like you said, it was like first it was 10-day IL, then it's like 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Right,
Like
right.
what?
Yeah, you're in
What do
shock.
you
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah, it's crazy.
what's with the changeup? Like you know what I'm saying? It's just, oh
It's
God.
terrible.
Can we just enjoy it? I mean, hey, listen, but after that, I mean, we move on to Saturday's game. The offense went crazy. They put up
Yeah,
14 freaking runs.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy because you're like, I mean, and this happens every time something like an injury or something like that happens, or Rob Thompson uh uh tweaks his lineup, which we'll get into later because I'm not
Yeah,
happy about that. But every time he puts together this like C team lineup, it ends up winning the game. Like it's just so annoying. It's so
yeah,
annoying, but it works. I think I was saying this to guys from work on Saturday. I feel like this team kind of has a next man up mentality. At least
mm,
it seems like it to me.
yeah,
Just as far as like how many utility guys we have and all that stuff. Like we have major league players who are backups. Like
yeah.
I know it sounds like a stupid thing to say, but some teams like their backups really aren't high level major league players. Like Whit Merrifield is not a scrub.
Yeah.
Muno Sosa is not a scrub. He can
No.
fill in when you need him. Like
Mhm.
these guys, this is what they know how to do. So I'm not gonna throw in the towel yet, or of course not. But I'm not gonna just assume we're gonna be terrible for the next 6 weeks.
No, absolutely not. And I just think that listen, they just need to, the fill in guys just need to do their job. They don't need to get crazy. They just need to get on base, play good defense, and then hopefully the guys at the top of the lineup like Harper, Muto, and Bohm can continue the success and just pick up the slack a little bit. Just with losing Turner and like I said, they put up a lot of runs on Saturday. Excuse me, and then Suarez had another good game, even though I mean like the he was for the second inning, he was sitting for almost a half hour, which was
Dude.
kind of worrisome because it was like he came back out and was struggling a little bit, but he ended
Yeah,
up pitching like 90 pitches the whole, so he
yeah,
pretty much went far into the
yeah.
game.
Right, and I think that's getting to where his limit is now, because you had him do the complete game and everything. So his
Yeah,
limit, I feel like, is raising with every start.
yeah,
So around 90 pitches is where you'll see him. Because some guys they can't go past like 80,
yeah.
but he's one of those guys that can pitch 90 pitches and you can leave him in. Yeah, that was a long game. That was a long game. Um, Shout out to the kid that in my section that was jumping up and down on a chair and broke it. And the red jacket guy came up and held it up like it was some sort of like murder
Award.
weapon. And
Yeah,
no, it was like a murder weapon. He was like, "Who was it?" I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "I gotta get out of here." So I left my seat after the first inning. But I was all, dude. The weather was just terrible. Like it was just bad, man.
Henry was feeling good.
Yeah, no, it was a
Had a
rough game.
little,
It was a rough
lot, a
game.
lot of drinks.
Yeah, it was a rough game. It was a rough game, but it's okay. It's fine.
Hey man, at least they won though. Imagine if they
So
would have lost. Oh my god.
if they lost, I would have been on the news. But
Yeah.
no,
So
it was a good game.
yeah.
It was nice that they got on the pitcher early,
Hmm. Hmm.
because we've had in years past we've had a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I said to you, and I think this was last week or 2 weeks ago, I said the problem in these losses is, or some of these close games, we score 4 or 5 runs in the first 5 innings, but
Hmm.
the last four we produce nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the tough part. But overall, it was good. It was a good weekend. So
Yeah, I mean,
we're on to
and
tomorrow.
moving into yesterday's game, and it
Oh,
brings up,
yesterday.
you
Yeah, my
you
bad.
brought up at a good point with the, scoring early and then not scoring late. I mean, that's what happened yesterday, and we had Taiwan Walker on the mound for his second start back from injury. He pitched okay. I guess I give him credit. I don't know. I mean, he did give up the home run late that kind of made the game a little bit more dicier, but maybe that was Rob Thompson for not reading the room. So, but I mean, offense did pretty good for the first couple innings, and then like I realized that too, where it's like, 6 through 8, it was just like nothing. Like it was just
Yeah,
strikeouts after
yeah,
strikeouts. And it's just like, we could put up a little bit more runs. That would
yeah,
help.
yeah, for sure. And it was funny. Did you see the thing from the national broadcast, the Logan's Web?
No, I didn't.
So they made like an animation, and it was
Mm,
like Logan's Web,
gotcha.
and they had him like with Spider-Man gloves on or whatever, and
Yeah,
Harper and Schwarber were like wrapped up in the spider web, and
yeah,
then somebody just absolutely hammered one of my favorite Twitter accounts for the Phillies. Um, Posted is a picture of Bryce Harper in the Logan's Web thing, and then
yeah.
the next picture was him hitting a home run. Which did you think that ball? Were you watching on TV when he hit that or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
did it look like it was gonna go?
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
I've seen multiple. Listen, I've seen a lot of Harper home runs. Obviously, it's just like you just know when it's going. I feel like I just
So
the
I was at the stadium, and I'm on the so my season tickets are on the third base side. I'm third level up, so it's like my depth perception's a little off.
yeah,
But it's like I'm watching the ball's carrying. I was like, oh, it's gonna go off the top of the wall, and then I was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, wait, it's still carrying. Like it was weird, but it wasn't like windy at the ballpark or nothing like that. So I
Hmm.
was just surprised. Yeah, I mean, he's finally getting going a little bit. He got frustrated and broke his helmet at the end of the game, but you know,
Hey, I usually listen when the home runs. Like, I usually like look at the crowd, and sometimes that's bad to
oh, I
do because
don't.
you
Some
just
of the
don't
crowd,
know. You never know, but, like, usually when I see him stand up, I'm like, "Okay, it might have a chance," and I'm like, "This has gotta be gone." Like, it's gotta be. Like, it's
Well,
just
but the problem is with my
yeah.
section, there was a guy behind me, and he
Yeah.
doesn't have season tickets, but there was a guy behind me, and the ball pops up,
Mhm.
and he's like, "That's gone." It's halfway into the outfield. I'm like, "All right, like, please just
I do
stop."
the same thing though, especially if it's like the away team or like, the opponent that we're playing. Like anytime I hear them hit the ball, I'm like, that's gone. And it's just like a regular pop
Oh,
fly.
well,
It's like, all
yeah,
right.
that's just
It's
because 'cause
like
you're being an absolute pessimist. I get that.
I'm
That's
just like,
like when Jung-Hoo Lee hit that ball yesterday.
oh dude, I thought it was gone.
By the way, I like his game. He's a
I do
good
too.
player.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a good player. He
Dog,
reminds me
he was
he
my
reminds me
pick
a little
for
bit of Ichiro. In the thing that reminds me of Ichiro with him
mhm,
is, and I don't know if this is like full disclosure, I don't know if this is like a foreign player kind of thing, but he like runs as he's swinging. Like, remember when
mhm,
Ichiro used to like run as he was swinging? That's what
yeah.
he does basically. And they're like both left-handers. Like, I don't know. It just he gives me those vibes. They're built the same way. Like it's his game is good. His game is really good, and he's super quick. Like he's a good ball player.
Yeah, he's my pick for NL Rookie of the Year, which I don't
Is
know
he
if it's
really?
gonna happen or not, but hey, you never know. You
Who's
going to
good? Who's in the league right now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Speaking of odds, real quick, Alec Boehm is plus 2,000 for
I
MVP
saw that this morning.
over Bryce Harper.
Mm, I
Bryce
mean,
Harper's plus 2,500. Boehm is
it,
plus 2,000.
it's pretty reasonable with
Yeah,
Bowman what
with
he's
how he's
doing right now.
playing, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
I just dude, it was so funny. So there was a lot of at bats last night just because of the of just the production and stuff. Players just getting on base, walking, stuff like that.
yeah,
And Bohm had 4 at bats, and I was like, "Oh man, like he didn't get a hit, whatever." He comes up in the or in the 8th inning and gets a hit, and I was like, "Oh, thank God!" And everybody like gave him a standing ovation and all that. It was cool.
yeah.
So because everybody knows what's going on, it's just like nobody really wants to not nobody wants to talk about it, but it's like I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, and dude, oh my god, I usually don't. I'm not a big fan of the ESPN broadcast doing in-game like interviews, whatever, where they have the players mic'd up, which is ridiculous. But I will say Brandon Marsh is the best at that stuff, bro.
They should just
Dude,
have him on every week.
oh, dude, he is hilarious, dog. I mean, like, it's no surprise. Like, that's just how he is. Everybody knows how he is in the clubhouse, and him and the friendship he has with Bohm is like hilarious. Like, because
Dude,
they
it's
were roommates.
awesome.
Just it's
Their
great.
their roommate I read the article. Did you see the article that came out on The Athletic about Marsh and Bohm's, like, friendship, basically?
I don't think I saw it. No.
So so you have to pay for The Athletic, which is annoying, but I
Yeah.
used my free trial. But it was right before the Angels series, and Marsh were talking to Marsh because obviously he came from there, and that was the
Yeah.
team that drafted him, and whatnot. Um, but it was funny because he started talking about Bohm, and he was like, "I'm not trying to get sentimental." He was like, "That dude, like I love that dude. Like he's my
Yeah.
brother."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said that yesterday when he was mic'd up. I thought it was funny with they do the fan questions,
Mhm. Yeah.
and they had Bohm ask him if he was wearing his Hirachis. He's like, "These are off whites. These ain't no Hirachis." It's
Lost man
hilarious.
D-Lo. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, right, right. But
Nah,
no, it was really
great.
cool. Those in-game interviews usually suck, but his was really good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, well, then again, it's like, can you blame them sometimes? Like, they're in the middle of the game trying to focus, and you're asking a question while they're going to chase a top fly. It's like,
Yeah. Well,
you
they're
know,
also asking stupid questions most of the time.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like,
Like
how do you like playing your position? It's like, what?
or
Like,
like Bryce Harper the other day with the tornado that was
yeah,
around him.
oh, that was so like, it was
He's
cringy,
like, "It's
dog.
windy down here. I can't
Yeah,
hear you."
like, hello, like trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
hear him.
He's like cupping his ears with his glove and everything. Like, what if a line drive comes to him? Then what? You're gonna be annoyed. I
Hmm,
know I will.
yeah,
But
but
no, it was really cool. The whole he would have a band or whatever, and
yeah, yeah, that was awesome. That
they were
was
like, what would its name be? And he's like, uh, uh, stay loose and sexy. And I was like, oh my god,
Speaking of which, Philly Goat made a shirt already with that on
Did
there.
they really?
Yeah, just yeah.
Oh, I need to grab that.
Shout out to
I gotta
Philly
grab
Goat.
that. Yes, yes. Shout out to them.
So yeah, game was good. It got dicey, but once again, Alvarado came in, saved the day. And you know what? He gave up the homer, yes. But what I love to see is the resilience he had the next at bat to get that guy out. He just moved
Yep,
on, didn't think about
yep.
it, got the guy out,
That's
and
a closer
closed out the
mentality,
game.
dude. You can't. It's at bat to at bat. It's not situation. It's at bat to at bat. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
but it's an improvement from the recent years because he would struggle with that sometimes. He would get
100%.
out of control. So it was great to see. Like it's just like it's awesome. It's like all right, he's developing better now, and he's getting that, like you said, closer mentality a little bit.
Yeah, it's just such a different. I try to use the same thing when I golf because I'm just like last shot doesn't matter, like
Yeah.
whatever. But sorry, I'm looking for this Philly goat shirt. I'm
No, you're good.
but no, like, he has that mentality. But last year, it seemed like every time somebody got a hit off of him, he was just frustrated, like he
Yeah.
couldn't shake it. So, like you said, it's a good improvement. Um, I love having him in the closer role.
Yeah, me too.
And for people who didn't see, it's on our Twitter account. Follow us at Beyond the Bank,
Yep.
at Beyond the Bank podcast.
Yep.
But I tweeted out the video of the new entrance. I think we have a closer because we wouldn't do that if we didn't have a closer.
Well, it gives me flashbacks to last year because
Oh, stop, 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 stop. Also, Orioles fans, we told you.
we told you. We told you. We said
That's my
this.
three
We said
blown
this
saves
before.
in the
We
last
told
week.
you.
It's
Terrible.
unbelievable.
Terrible.
It's
He's ass.
dude, yeah, it's bad.
But
He
listen,
stinks.
dog, we have the best record right now in the
I
league,
know in baseball, it's crazy.
and we're first place in the AL East. So we got enjoy this moment, take it in. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what's gonna happen a couple months from now? But hopefully they're still in first place. But hey, I mean, it's just they gotta stay consistent, and we got some help from the Dodgers that beat the Braves, just absolutely destroyed them over the weekend. So
Yes, sir.
that helped a little bit. We gotta win tonight. I would like to sweep, so let's get it done tonight, and then we have Toronto Tuesday, Wednesday. So
Dude, do you like these wraparound series?
eh, I don't, I saw something about it before, like somebody like pointed it out, and I was just like, I didn't notice because like I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm just like,
No,
listen, go
yeah,
win the game.
I get it. Yeah, yeah.
But honestly, like, I don't. I think it doesn't matter. Just win the game.
Yeah.
Just
No,
win the game,
I
bro. Just win the game. I don't even care.
me
Like,
and you are on very different wavelengths with stuff like that.
oh yeah, most
I
definitely. I'm just like, just
I
win.
just hate the league. I feel like that's why. Like I hate Rob Manfred, and I try and find whatever
Yeah,
I can to like
whatever
But
opportunity.
yeah, yeah, any opportunity to hound him. But also the 2 game series in the middle of the league, I think is kind of stupid. But
That's a little weird.
I don't
That's
like
weird a
that.
little bit.
But it. I also would hate it even more if we were going away for it. But
Yeah,
since it's home, it's like, all right, it is what it is,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Well,
know. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
it was, and they just need to finish out tonight. Like I said, Wheeler on the
Yeah.
mound. Just give him run support. Help him out, please. I don't need to, see a two to
I'm
one
not trying to
game again.
stress today, please.
Yeah, no, not really. I really just want to see a sweep. I
So
know. Oh.
no, go ahead.
No, no, you go. You good.
No, no,
Go.
no, 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 no. You finish your thought. Go ahead.
All right, okay. My thought's over. I'm done. That was it.
Oh. All right. Well, hey, it is what it is. Um, but so I wanted to talk to you about this. So last night the news broke, and I sent it to you.
Mm,
The Turnbull was going to start being in the bullpen as a long man. So
ridiculous.
what are your thoughts? Obviously, I just got your thoughts, I guess. But what are your thoughts as far as Taiwan being in the rotation, or Christopher Sanchez more so staying in the rotation? I know Taiwan had a good night last night, so it's easy to use bias. But what are your thoughts?
I just I go back to the saying like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. And
Yeah,
like it just messes things up sometimes. And I'm not saying like it's terrible right now, but I don't want it like in the long run to have an effect. And we talked about it. I think it was either the series review episode or the episode before, but about the whole like extra day of rest for like guys like Wheeler Nola, and it's like throwing them off a little bit. It's like,
yeah.
dude, like we can't have that. We
No,
cannot have them
I
getting
think it
thrown
was
off
I
because of
think it
that.
was a series review episode.
Yeah, it's just
Again,
it
check it out.
can't happen. It cannot happen.
No.
Like, we can't have guys like Wheeler and Nola, you know, losing focus or they're just too over rest. It's just if they're rolling, man, just let it be. Just let it go, man. Like we don't
Yeah.
like I understand you're paying Walker millions of dollars. I get that. And we've said it over and talked about it over and over again, but I don't care, dog. Like and I mean, listen, like I said, I'm gonna cut him some slack. He's done okay in the first couple of starts, whatever. But
But
I mean,
you're not necessarily indicting Taiwan. It's just the fact that Turnbull has a 1.12 ERA or whatever it
that's
is.
what I'm saying. I
So
mean,
it's like,
he
by
and
the way, power rankings just dropped on MLB.com.
oh really?
Yep. Want to
I'm gonna
guess where we are?
guess. I'm gonna say we're at like we we should be at like 2.
3.
Oh, okay.
Dodgers are 1, Orioles are 2.
It's not like we have the best record in the league or anything. I mean,
I mean, the Dodgers did just sweep the Braves.
I don't care.
I do because now we're first in the division.
I mean, yeah,
Your
but like,
Philadelphia Phillies are now 2.5 games in first place of the NL East.
yeah,
Yes. I was awake and at work. Well, I work shift work for people who don't know. So I was at work until 2 a.m. that night. And I was like, I need to tweet about this right now. As soon as the Braves lost, they lost in 12 innings.
we're
You were talking
ranked
about,
3, bro. That's a joke.
huh?
We're ranked 3. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
We were previously 7th. So,
I get, yeah,
and the
but
Orioles are good. My thing is with these, okay, so with these rankings, and like, if with these rankings, I feel like they have to put a National League and American League team at the top. Like, I don't
yeah,
know. It's just what they have to do as far as clicks and stuff. Which it's not all for clicks, but some of it definitely is.
for sure.
We're gonna move into the what's bothering me segment because something this week has really gotten my attention and it's really starting to bother me. Um, Rob Thompson does not know when to pull his starters. Like Zach Wheeler's a little bit of a different story. Why is Nola always in for too long? Why is Ranger always in for so long? Why is it like everybody? And like last night, we talked about it, dude. Taiwan gave up 3 hits in 6 whole innings, whatever it was. You tried him out there for the 7th at 90 pitches. Why? Then he gives up a 2-run home run. You're like, oh, how did this happen? What do you mean? How did it happen? You left him in for too long. I don't know if Topper's losing his feel or what. He's a great coach. There's nobody else I would rather have than him, especially for this team. But dude, you got to have some sort of like when it gets to a certain point with certain guys,
Mhm.
like you're like, all right, first sign of trouble, I'm yanking him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but it's just like I don't get how you just leave these guys in like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. It really pisses me off. And it's like he doesn't even have anything good to say after the game. Like his post game comments are what bothers me the most sometimes. Like it's just terrible. It's terrible. He makes excuses all the time. Like I know you hate it too. Like it bothers me.
I do for sure. But I also look at the side of like, okay, if he goes up to them before going out for like an extra inning saying, "Are you good to pitch?" I mean, obviously they're gonna say, "Yeah, I'm ready to go back out, or
Well,
whatever,"
you have
and
to
they get,
save a guy from himself
yeah, but at the same
at the end
time,
of the
if it's
day.
somebody, yeah, at the end of the day, if it's somebody like Wheeler, like you can trust that okay, he can go finish out another inning. But I mean,
Well,
if
that's
he
what I'm
gives up
saying.
a home run unexpectedly, it's like okay, well maybe the batter just got lucky. So I mean, there's not much you can really do, and then the blame goes on Thompson. But I get it. I mean, it's just I don't know, man. He sometimes we talked about
It's
it way back when. Like
It's
read the
more so
room.
with 2 through 5. Yeah, right. It's more so with 2 through 5 than it is with Wheeler, but it's
Yeah,
just like, dude, like, I can't take this no more. Like, because I just the only reason I'm mad about it right now is because that's what's plagued us the last 2 postseasons. That's
yeah,
essentially what lost us the World Series, in my opinion, in 2022. So exactly, and then putting Kimbrel in 2 games in a row. Um, yeah, nightmare stuff, I know. But,
yeah.
like, I just see the writing on the wall, and I'm like, "Please do not do this in the playoffs again." Like, I can't. It's I can't take a third year in a row of that. I really can't.
No, it can't happen, and that's why, like, I mean, listen, if it's gonna happen now, all right, get it out of the way now. But then when playoffs come, don't do what you're doing now at
Please
all,
do not.
or
Please do not.
be better at reading the room because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't. Uh, yeah,
Dude, it just I have so much PTSD from it. Like it just like I remember just him putting Kimbrel out for that second game, and I was like, what is he doing? And it
yeah,
just
it got
didn't
bad.
go
But
well from there.
yeah, it's just he's got to do a better job. That's all. That's all
He
you can say,
does.
man.
He
But
does. It
I mean,
just
who are we to tell?
I'm a baseball mind, damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man,
Oh man, that's funny. But no,
that's it.
I
That's
just
all.
yeah, I mean that was I mean, Phillies are hot. What am I gonna do? You know?
What are we complain about?
Well,
I mean,
yeah. What am I gonna? It's a good spot to be in when you're a Philly sports fan. You have barely anything to complain about. You know.
yeah. I mean, I guess can we complain about Castellanos or no? Because he's maybe doing a little bit better the last couple games. I mean,
You can if you want. Go ahead.
no. I was just saying, like, I mean, he kills the vibes. I just love when I had to
There's
text you
no
and say
better
like,
rally killer than him.
oh, dude, he's like last year's JT. Remember JT would just like kill the vibes last year with just
Yes.
abysmal ground balls, double play. It's like, okay, it's like,
Well, the worst thing is, and it happened twice last night. I texted you about it, but there was a runner on. The first time it was first and third. Second time it was just a runner on third. One out. He comes up. All you need is a long fly ball.
yeah.
Strikeout looking. I'm like, are you kidding me? Also, so I wanted to bring this up with you. I didn't even text you about this, so this is new information. But
Okay.
so last night I left my seat around the fourth or fifth inning, went down to the concourse, found Gabby after she was done working. You know, she ended up leaving the game early because it was a late game, so and she had work
Yeah.
today. But when he's in a warm up circle, he doesn't, or the on deck circle, he doesn't take practice swings.
Who, Nick?
Yeah,
I mean,
and I don't know if I'm just noticing that because I was down low, I was right behind the plate, but like
yeah.
he just stands there with the bat on his shoulders, or like it's in front of him, or whatever. Like he bangs off his cleats a couple times, but other than that, he doesn't do anything. And I was like, you need as many swings as you can get, buddy.
Yeah, he's doing
Like,
practice swings at the plate.
right, yeah.
Slider low and away. I might start
But
betting that, honestly. For like
I
that
doubt you
pitch
can do that. Well, you
no,
probably
pitch
could.
outcome? Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, pitch outcome. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, that might be a lock. Yo, shout out to Suarez, by the way, the other night. I mean, I needed 6 strikeouts from him, and it was getting dicey. We were at, like, 4 strikeouts, and I didn't think he was gonna go back in. Ended up going back in and getting 2 strikeouts. I mean, what a clutch guy. Like, he's clutch, man.
If
I
that
can't.
game wasn't blown open so early, then
Yeah, I
you wouldn't
mean,
have got it. Because
dude, I was
well, I'd like to think they would have pulled him, but who knows?
I mean, hey, it's Ranger, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna
He's
do?
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah, he is. Are you looking for new Philly sports merch? Well, head on over to phillygoat.com and get your newest Phillies merch and use the discount code BTBPOD to get 10% off your next order. Beyond the Bank is proud to be an affiliate with Philly Goat. As always, go Phils.
All
So,
right, that was our big announcement, man. This is
big
awesome.
announcement. Go get some
Awesome.
Philly Goat merch.
Yeah,
We're
shout
now
out to Philly
affiliate.
Goat, man. They got the best
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
I'm
shout
waiting
out
on
to
my order
them.
to come in right now, so that's why I'm not wearing one of their T-shirts. But
Me too. I
it's
got
all
some
right.
apparel yesterday, so it's exciting, and they got some awesome clothing, and not just
I
Phillies,
added
they have
those
other Philly
to my
sports.
cart. The Stay Lucid Sexy.
Yeah,
I added them
nice,
to my cart already. So
nice. Yeah, no,
which in is fall if I get them.
it's awesome. They got some good merch. Go get it for all Philly sports. So
Dude, did you see their London series tees?
I did not.
Oh, dude, they're awesome. There's
I'll check
one
it
that's
out.
like it. It's the fanatic
Hmm.
with like a powder wig on.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And then the one says uh it was like England blew a 13 colony lead.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so funny, man. There's another one, it's like British words. I can't read it like the way that they would, but
Yeah.
like dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
shout out to
funny.
them.
Yeah, dude, they seriously shout out to them. They have great stuff. We're really happy to be affiliated with them now.
Yep.
They have some of the in my opinion, some of the best T-shirts. I'm a huge graphic tee guy,
Mm,
so that's why I brought it up to you that maybe we should try and partner with them.
absolutely.
Because like I said, I love my graphic tees, and they have some of the best around. So my Casty shirt that I wore in our first episode, that's actually from them as well. So they got really good stuff, and it's not just a one time code. It doesn't have to be your first order.
Yep.
It can be any existing order that you put in. So great shout out to them. We're really happy to be with them.
Absolutely. Preach, preach. All right, moving on to around the league news. What
All
you
right.
got? What you got?
So did you see what happened in Arizona?
I did. I did.
Dude, so for people who don't know, the Arizona, the Diamondbacks, and who do they play?
He was
That
Dodgers.
Dodgers. Okay, Diamondbacks, Dodgers. It got delayed 2 hours, and why did it get delayed 2 hours? You ask. Bees, yes, bees. So there was a bee colony that collected on the top of the wire of the net behind home plate, and it got so bad they had to evacuate the two sections. They had to call in a beekeeper who was at his son's t-ball game. He had to drive 45 minutes to the stadium and get it all together, and then they ended up having throw out the first pitch, which I thought was pretty cool. But but yeah, dude, like 2 hours. Imagine,
That's
dude.
insane.
If I was at the ballpark, I would have been livid. Like I would have been like 2 hours for bees. Like I don't even know if anybody got stung. That's the craziest part.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, yeah.
That would suck. Remember going to a baseball game and then getting stung by a bee? Yeah, no. I don't
Dude,
know.
some of these games, like I mean, shout out 30 Take Podcast. There's a guy on there, Nate. He lives out in Arizona, and he said he's like, we don't have a bee problem here. I don't understand what like what happened. He goes, we don't have a bee infestation. That's more bees than I've ever seen in one spot.
Yeah, it can just, happen out of nowhere. I feel like just
Right, right.
maybe the mother of like
It's
whatever.
the queen
Yeah, the
bee.
queen or
Yeah,
something and
but they
like
all follow her. But as soon
yeah.
as you get rid of the queen bee, this is your bee talk for this week. Um, but as soon as you get rid of the queen, they all follow. So she could have just went there and was like, "This is where we're setting up camp," and then everybody just converged on her. But it's just crazy because you're like what other sport are you going to get a bee delay? Like, come on,
Yeah, exactly.
baseball is the best sport in the world.
It is. It
I
is.
know you have some trade news.
Yeah, man, Luis Arias traded to the Padres over the weekend. I mean, it's weird to me. It's weird. Like just
Why do you
random
think it's
trade.
weird?
Because it's just a random trade. Like and
But the Marlins suck.
but the Padres don't even need him. That's the crazy part. Like
I mean, they do. Who's their second
uh,
baseman?
Bogarts.
No, he's a. Oh yeah,
Yeah, they had him second base, and then they
you're
got the
right.
Merrill dude. Isn't he at short? Right? Is it Merrill that's at short?
Who's Merrill?
The Jackson
You're
Merrill
talking about?
dude.
No. They have Hai Sung Kim.
Oh, Hassan Kim's at short, and then I think the Merrill's dude in the outfield, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Either
because
or.
Hai Sung Kim was at second base last year.
Well, you know what it is because I was gonna say they have Han Song Kim everywhere most of the times. It seems like
Yeah.
it's just like different positions. Whatever that throws me off. I'm like, whatever.
This year was was I think this year was the one where they moved him from second to short, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because everybody
Well,
was like, "Whoa, you're paying Xander Bogaerts 350 million. What are you gonna do?" And he was like, "Guess what? I'll play where I have to play." That's a team guy right there. I've the podcast I listen to with other players on there, or previous players, they and guys who are teammates with him, they said there's no better guy to have in the clubhouse. So he's a team guy. So I'm
word.
not surprised that moving him around, or if they put him somewhere else, they could easily put him somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, it worked out for the Padres because his first game as a Padre went like 4 for 4. Like he just came out
shout out to him
hitting.
in fantasy,
Yeah. Well, dude, the Marlins are a disaster.
dude. They don't even have
They're
10 wins.
they're a disaster, dude.
Well, did you see what happened with that trade? With that trade, what happened in the AAA game or in the minors game?
But the one guy that they got in return or whatever.
Yeah. So the trade was Arias for 3 prospects and a reliever.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the prospects he had just stolen second base. He got pulled from the game and found out he got traded and walked off the field in the middle of the game. That to me, bro, I understand that you can't keep him on the field because God forbid he gets injured, then the deal is void, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think that's wrong. Like, I don't know. I just the game, it's in the middle of the game, like, don't pull him, dude. Like, I don't know. I just think that's weird.
It is a little
That's
weird.
weird behavior. I don't
Uh, yeah. Hey, man.
it's business, but it's like it's just unfortunate, you know?
It is.
I don't know. I just
Marlins are poverty, man.
dude, I think they still have 9 wins. They didn't win last night, right?
I don't think so.
You wanna talk about poverty for a second. They're not necessarily poverty, but the Rays got swept by the White Sox.
Yeah, but hey, they beat the Mets.
Yeah, they did.
The
That's all
Mets
that
stole
matters.
another game. Love it.
Break
And
up the trumpets.
it was all for Edwin Diaz. He's sitting there.
Frankie's ha
He's sitting there
bro.
smiling as he gives up the tying home run, like just smirking. It's like, dude, if you were to do that in Philly, bro, you would get absolutely
Oh, dude.
fried, dog. Like, you know
Yeah,
what? You're smiling over that, dog. Like,
no.
you're an ass.
Dude, so so on the Mets broadcast on TV, so yesterday they went to extras
Mm,
and it was like so they got walked off and, as they they got walked off and they were like, and this has been, they did the station identification. They were like, this is Mets TV, but they were replaying the last play
yeah,
and then Go Mets Go came on like over that. And I was like, this is just too perfect.
they're. I can't stand them.
I love it. I love it.
No, so real quick, there was a comment where because Jeff Passan like tweeted like the trade where that happened, whatever the other day, and somebody in the comments was like, "Marlins fire sale number 8,286 has begun." Like, dude,
Yeah, they're
I
already
mean,
punting.
oh my god! And the guy, who was it? There was it the GM or the owner that said like, "Oh, we're not making the playoffs." Obviously, like he just
Oh,
kind of like just,
I forget, but I did hear about that.
but he's just like, "Yeah, we're just not going to the playoffs." So fire sales begin. It's like, dude, like, ah,
Oh, that was the you're talking about like the younger dude, right?
yeah, well, the guy with the glasses or
That was the
something.
GM. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Whatever, but
yeah,
oh
yeah. It
my
was
god.
GM. It wasn't the owner, I don't think. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, our prospects are really good." But dude, his two catching prospects, he was like, "Yeah, we have some of the best at the future of the position. They're batting 200, both of them." Like, what are we doing? I'm not expecting guys to come up and be world beaters, but my goodness.
Yeah. Hey, good luck. That's all you gotta say.
Well, that lady, I forget her name, and I it was I forget her name, and I don't want to mispronounce it if I try and
Yeah.
find it. But she left after they made the playoffs, and everybody was like, "How do you do this?" And it seemed like she was right, and everybody said she was going to be right anyway. But
Yeah.
it seemed like she was like, "All right, let's use this momentum." They were like, "Yeah, no, not happening."
Not
Like,
happening.
what the heck, dude? It's bad for the game. That just pisses
It
me
is.
off. Like, dude, imagine if imagine if a Philly GM or owner came out and said, "Yeah, we're not
Oh.
going to make the playoffs this year."
Oh.
It's one thing when you have Jake Diekman on the mound, but
Yeah. True.
but don't say it. Like, I just these
I mean,
suits are ruining baseball.
yeah, we know.
All right, and with that, we are going to transition into Pete's picks of the week. We're gonna wrap up this series here, and then the next two games against Toronto.
Yes,
What
sir.
you
Yes,
got?
sir. So I think obviously tonight I think we're gonna win. Guess with Wheeler on the mound. We should. And then with Toronto, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think we're due. We're gonna be due for a loss. So I'm gonna
Think
say
we
we
split with
split.
them?
Yeah, we're gonna split with Toronto because
Okay.
Toronto's a weird team sometimes, and you never know if they're gonna have like a good game or a bad game. But I just think, and I mean, did they announce the pitching matchups already?
I
But
was actually just about to ask you. Did they announce the pitching for the
I'm about to
Toronto
look
series
right
yet?
now. So
I assume the Phillies did. It's Nola Ranger, I would think.
Tuesday is Christopher Sanchez for us, and they got Jose Barrios.
Whoa,
Who?
why?
Ah, good question. I don't know.
Oh, I know what they did.
What?
They didn't want Wheeler to have the extra day rest, so they pitched him yesterday.
Hmm.
Wait, who's pitching tonight?
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Wheeler's on the night.
Yeah. So they want him there tonight to not give him the 6 days rest. That's what it is. They don't want
Yeah.
to give him the extra day's rest. That's okay. That so they're kind of like mixing and matching right now, and that's why
Yeah.
Sanchez. Okay, because they went right from Taiwan to Wheeler, which I thought was weird. I don't know
It
why I
was.
didn't catch on to that, but
And then
things
the
were
Blue
good.
Jays have Jose Barrios, who's doing actually pretty good this
Yeah,
year.
he is.
So
He's decent.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a tough game for us, just because you never. Yeah, so we're gonna be due for a loss. And then Wednesday we got Noel on the mound against Bassett. So
Okay.
hopefully Nola comes out with his best stuff.
Best's a decent pitcher too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And then after that, we get a day break on Thursday, and then we head to Miami for a 3-game series with them, which, I mean, should sweep them.
God, I hope.
But we always struggle against the Marlins, no matter what
Dude,
it is.
it's
So
yeah.
yeah, so those are the
Remember,
picks of the week.
remember when I was on your old show on the
Yeah,
YouTube channel, and you were like, you were like, we always have a problem with the Marlins, and I was like, what? But we do. Divisional opponents are just difficult, you know.
yeah, they are. They always are. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
No
But
matter how bad or good they are, you know,
yeah, so.
it is what it is. But
But hey, let's just focus on winning tonight. Let's get the series sweep. Let's continue
that'll
to
be
keep this
nice.
momentum going. Let's stay in first place. Let's hope the Braves lose. A lot. I'm asking for a lot, but hey,
Hey, they have a tough schedule still coming up.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, we just need
So
help, and we just
did,
need
did they get
to.
swept by the Dodgers?
I think they got swept. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Shout out to the Dodgers
Yeah.
for
Well,
once.
shout out to them, but not when they come to Citizens Bank Park in
We,
October.
we, we, were, we were all Dodgers fans for a weekend. It's okay.
Yeah, just for the weekend. So is
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
that it? You got any more, man?
No, I think
No.
I'm good. I
All
think I'm
right.
good.
Well, so
Just excited for the game tonight. It's at 4 o'clock, right?
is it?
Think so.
Yeah, I think it's 4 o'clock. I'll be watching for sure.
Probably. Yeah, I'll be listening.
But yeah, so as usual, like I always say, make sure to go listen on the audio platforms. Make sure to download button, leave us a review, let us know how we did. Same thing for YouTube. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't so far. Comment, like, um, and yeah, man,
All right, go Phils.
go Phils. We out of here. Peace.